Magic black. Look at that. Magical. You want me to stir it for you?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah?
Go on then.
Oh. Probably not an off-cut you could try it on, but are you just going to go for it?
Go for it.
Just go for it.
But why are we not doing plastic? PVC.
Why are we not doing plastic? What's the answer? The answer is, it's expensive. It was super expensive for the plastic. Just couldn't believe how much it cost for the fascia and soffit in plastic. But especially because our walls are like this, like a wiggly worm, and we've got bumps and winds. The plastic soffit that has it's like matchboard plastic, 5 meters long. The dynamics of trying to hold that up, probably tack it, then scribe it, then shunt it in, then mark it. It would just be epic to try and do that. You know, a brickwork building or a new build, yeah, it's great, just in, done. So no, that's why we're not using it. That's the probably straight answer. I mean, black, you could use the black with a hook, you know, over the front, but it's just so expensive. And we'll put the timber on. Maybe in the future, if we did do it, at least we've got the grounds for it now to do it. But at this moment in time, with the budget being so tight, we're just going to paint them. That's what they did back in the day, isn't it? It's the old school, get the timber on and paint it. So, and we like it. We want to keep it as traditional as possible. So here we are, painting them. Get the camera around. Get it now. You see the windows? Well, stand all over the place. Hang on. Bit of tweaking. So that's all the 4 windows done. Ewan's little window, these 2, and the picking hole window. All taped, cleaned, SBR'd, framed out. So now, I'm going to have a cup of tea first before I do this. And I think Becky is as well. I can hear the spoon tinging. We get a mix on, basically, and work my way through these, and then it's just the doors that are left then. But yeah, it takes a bit. It's not too long, a couple of hours, 2 hours if that, just to get everything prepped, and then do the mortar work, and then we can leave that till tomorrow. And yeah, all my words have gone. I don't know what's going on. It is because I need a brew, maybe a sugar and a bit today. And the ply turned up. This stuff, it's quite difficult to find 1/2 inch properly stamped Lovely stuff. Marine ply. It's I mean, there's various different plies you can get. The WBP, hardwood ply, this ply, that ply, but marine ply. Marines. That's why, because it's solid, and yeah, it just keeps going. But that's for the Soffit detail. Aunt Becky done a good job. She's put the first coat on. It makes such a difference. Just having that coat on. Let's whip you round the front here. And she painted the archway. Looks lovely. It's like stars in their eyes, walking through. Yeah, it makes a right difference just doing that bit. But we will put the scaffolding up as well. If I can get these pointed in today and left, and I'll put a scaffold up here and we can paint the two dormers and get them done. Because once they're done, I've only got limited scaffolding, you see. Once they're done, then I'm putting a platform of scaffolding here, because this is where I've got the stonework to do. See that gap up there? Got a big chunky stone to go in there. I've got various stones, but that, it's not tricky. It's not. I just basically have to build it up with stone, and then but I want my platform there, because that would be a nightmare of a ladder. Anyway, I'm being ushered. The tea is ready. Are we close enough to the building? We are, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're going to be going up the ladder. Right, you'll have to chuck us one of these side bars. It's going to have to go on the top, isn't it? One. It's so fucking bent. Since we've got the scaffold there.
Yeah, it's the worst.
It'd be worse. We have no scaffold. I wish we had that nice H-frame scaffolding. It was light. Oh, it'd be a dream. But any scaffolding is good scaffolding. Imagine if we didn't have anything. Couldn't do this on a ladder. Well, you could do it on a ladder, but it'd be a nightmare. So, we'll just carry on. Where's the wedge? Careful, that doesn't drop it. It swings back.
Done.
Right, let me just find my WD now. I'm gonna need a spanner as well, aren't I? Desi had his ladder as well. So we had a ladder to get up, and then my ladder's to do that. But now you're going to have to get up, pull the ladder up, undo the ladder. We haven't got another ladder. I should have got that ladder the other day. We've got a massive ladder at Homeland, like a 17-foot ladder. You know, big, tall, double extension, like what Andy lent us. It is a tube, but we have got no other choice. We can do it. Yeah, it's maybe I just duct tape a pillow to this, put a piece of batten there, pull the ladder up, lean it on, up, paint it, back down, take the pillow off, back onto this, so we can get down. It's because we've not got another ladder.
That's crazy.
I know.
You can't be doing that. What about when we do the gable ends and everything?
Well, if we had that big ladder, the gable ends could be done off a ladder. You know, you can put this up because we use the step ladders on top of the it. Alright.
I'm going to get a pillow.
Well, God, the ladder's not tied on at all. There's that white bucket in there that's all the tapes in. You know what I mean? Or the white Tupperware one. Just chuck it.
Oh.
Oh, great. Yeah?
Yeah.
We know we can get to that bit. You know, if I put a ladder up there with some kind of rug on the bottom, then we can do that bit. And I can put a couple of skinnies through there to close that gap up. All down there. Look good already. It's had its first coat up there. So I've got to do a first coat with the white as well. Water it down a bit.
Cream.
Cream. But yeah, we decided I'm going to extend the scaffold a bit because I can't get round the side there. So I'll do the second coat of black tomorrow, but I think we can put the blacks on, put the white on tomorrow, and then give it a second coat to get the painting 100% done. And I've got some gutter as well with some shoes for near the valley. Basically get that dormer 100% done. Seal the window in properly, and then just move the operation and get them done. Because once they're done, they're done. So it's a bit tricky. It's a bit proper Fred Dibner style up there with the ladders, but I suppose all this roof's been a bit like that. We have got a plumber coming up, so it's always good with any aspect of any build. Most people get a couple of quotes in, and then you sort of know where the land lies. So yeah, let's wait for the next guy to come up. He's probably going to be here 10 minutes, but maybe it could be 20 minutes. And in that time, I probably will have had that scaffold up. So, yes, the plumbing operation, this is the early stages of it, is actually just getting the quotes in, really. So far, so good. All this just to get to one side. These have got to be dried out. It's because they're wet. They'll dry out anyway in here now. Never even they'll go so light when they're dry. This one I'm stood on, it's like it's been in a river. There we have it. The gutters are up. I've stuck the little shoes on with a bit of stick saw stuff, bit of silicone, just so. Imagine having to get up here just because that blown off. Could we get high winds? But I think that'll do. That'll do. Does the trick. Poured some water in. It's not too bad. So it's time to get a first coat on this on the render. there it is, one dormer. There is a few battle scars on the roof, you know, from the storm, but there's nothing we can do about that. It's what it is. So me and Becky are just setting up. Can the camera see? Can you see? Yeah, it wasn't too difficult. We'll set this up. It looks a bit wonky, doesn't it, love?
I told you it was down.
Oh yeah, we need to do
even check the
something. We'll
metal.
do that. We'll level that before we put the boards on. But yeah, we'll get on to the other. The problem I had with the first one was a ladder. Because I've got my ladder there that'll extend, I think, to 14 foot or 16. Is it? Yeah, I think it's 14 foot on its extension. But I need that for on the roof with the cushions on the end, so I don't damage the roof. And the problem is getting up and down. I have to just crawl up. You've probably seen I have to crawl up the shackles there. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go and get a ladder. I'm gonna go down to the agri store and get a ladder because it's struggling with it. So I might get a bigger one as well, 17 foot. And I can get right up to the ridge with that then. Not that I want to be that high, but yes, let's get this set up and go and get a ladder. My little trusty brush. I use various brushes, a bristly one to take all the snots off, and it's just perfect. I love it. It's therapeutic. This is I've got this one and I've got the door, but you see on the top there, see how it's white, and literally if you just give it a little touch like that, I call it the fat. You can just take the fat off the top and it's like mush. And once you've got it like that, just give it a brush. And look how perfect that comes out. So it's just a very, very small. Obviously, if you left this too long, you wouldn't get it. It's all about the timing. And the temperature's been good as well. Obviously, you don't want frost at all, but literally just using the end of a paintbrush. Just whip it off. Quick brush, and then I use, we've got it somewhere, the little purdy, the tape behind there. I can feel the tape there. You just give it a wiggle, and all it does is break the seal on the tape, and then this just peels off. There's the tape. How sharp it is. And obviously the tape protects the window and things like that, so it peels off amazing. I think I put 4 on this one. Oof. If you don't get the timings right, it will pull chunks out like I did on the first one. I pulled a bit of a chunk out, but you can blend it in with your finger, so it doesn't really matter. top ones always pull a bit of it out. Like that. See how it's pulled quite a chunk out, but it's still got a good seal. To take that edge off, I don't know if the camera can do it, and this there, look, you just literally rub it with your finger, and then just use your that's a soft brush. Just takes that sharp edge off. Some people might want a sharp edge, but I don't. And that's it. I'll just give it a good brush and clean round. I use this little brush as well just to get in there. Like Tom said, take your time. You're only going to do it once. So, I'll get it all cleaned up. Do you want me to pull the tape off? That's the juicy bit. You want to see the tape coming up, don't you? Lumps and bumps there, it's all the tape gets rid of it. Like I say, it's like soft, well, it's like cheese, so lovely bit of tickling with the brush and I'll get it just how I want it. This isn't normal, well it is normal tape. This is called clean and release tape. It's like a painter's tape. That way it doesn't leave any residue on the window and you don't have to use chemicals to wipe it off. It's just perfect. I'm just going to mess about now. Round these corners off, give it a brush, and I'm definitely going in for some roof. It's cold.
So Sunday was spent with my Mother's Day present and birthday present combined actually, and so yeah, this arbour, archway, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to grow clematis around it, so we're going to have to kind of dig into the ground here. I think I might go with a pot if it's really tricky for now, and the idea is all this area will be pea gravel eventually, and it'll look nice around the house. It'll be pea gravel, but I want to try and hedge this off so we've got some privacy to the garden from the driveway area. So I'm going to stain these the same colour as the arbour, just not got to that point yet. And I also have spent some time planting some hedgerow, not all of it, but we've got a mixture of Japanese privet and fuchsia. The other part of my Mother's Day present was the trellises. So I've got 4 of those green trellises which I'm going to put around the house. So I've got some climbers, various different climbers actually, and some from the north side which are suitable for north facing walls, because I do want to grow things up the stone, and that's the plan, but obviously nothing that's going to be harmful. And then obviously last week Saturday and this week Monday, we spent 2 days, Sam and I, and Jimmy the digger guy came down and gave us a hand putting some posts in to a field that we are renting for Tilly and Toby, because they need a bigger space now. It's coming up to summer, it's nice weather, they just need to be roaming a little bit more freely. The grass in there isn't too rich, it's a little bit overgrown with rushes and whatnot, so it's not too worrying for me to be putting them into a really lovely lush meadow or anything. It's not like that at all, but so there shouldn't be too much of a risk of colic. But the hay was starting to get hard to get hold of, and they were bellowing at 5:30 every morning, which isn't great for the neighbours. So it was time for them to move to their summer pasture. So yeah, they're down there, happy as Larry. I go down every day, and yeah, there's a stream next to it. It's really lovely down there actually, and it's much bigger, so it's plenty of space for them to roam around. So yeah, I will show you at the end the two of them in their new field, and then they will be back up here again in our field for the winter. Yeah, there's pressure while the weather's dry, because we've got probably the best part of 2 weeks of dry weather was to get the outside done. So yeah, Sam's on it up there. I was going to do it, but he did say it's a bit risky. So you're doing it, aren't you?
What?
He won't let me go up there. I
What?
think. You didn't want me up the ladders, did you?
It's a death trap.
It's a death trap.
No handrails. It's dodgy.
Yeah.
I'm in a stressed position of death.
It is really dodgy, and we know it's really dodgy.
No one wants to see Becky on the floor.
No one
Like
wants.
a ninja.
No one wants to see Sam on the floor either, to be fair. But we are. Well, you saw us talking about the fact that really we need a second set of ladders. So Sam went down yesterday to our local merchants and bought some. But the problem is we can't get them in our trailer or our car because they're too big. So we've asked a friend of ours if he can grab them for us. So he's going to do that tomorrow, I think, tomorrow evening. So going forward it'll be much easier, but we just want to keep rolling. So yeah, we're taking probably some dodgy risks, to be fair. Risks to life, which is not good. And Sam actually had to stop yesterday because of the weather. It was so windy and it just wasn't safe. So yeah, back up there today, trying to stay on track, because next week we want to finish the dormers completely, so that next week he's moving on to the stonework on the gable ends and soffits is the plan. Fingers crossed it stays dry as well next week. And there's also a bit of line pointing that I need to finish on the other gable end as well. And the ESB thing that you keep seeing him do, that thing on the wall, that needs completing so that we can have the ESB box put on the outside for the electricity connection. He's up there painting away. So I'll go down and see Toby and Tilly.
Right. So above the windows, this is another detail. that was a dream a few months ago, but now it's actually, yeah, we need to make a decision. So that's an old sleeper that's in there. My idea was to put, like I did with the cabin, put some larch across the front, and I can machine it on my table saw and basically fix it. And we'll have to just point it in or whatever we have to do to it to make it look nice. We could even stain it like an oak or something like that. But obviously my lintels on the windows are this big, and then we've got a full sleeper. So we'd basically have to put timber from there to there. It's big. And Becky said, well, why don't we just do them all the same? So, because otherwise you're going to have a big one, then a smaller one, then this, which is fine with the cottage for things to be a little bit unsymmetrical. That's part of the character of this place. So I'll have to go off this measure, and then we'll just have to lie him on, see what he looks like. There's going to be some fun and games with it, because obviously it's not going to sit flat against a stone. It's to replicate it looking like a timber lintel beam, because I don't want concrete structural stuff that I've done showing, because it doesn't look very good. So I might have to use my trimming router, and it could take a while boring out the back, and just so I can get it to fit to the stone so it looks like it's built into the stone, but it's not. It's an optical illusion. See, that would be it, you see. It might look a bit daft. I don't mind it if it's a bit wonky donkey.
Well, eventually, this bit, eventually here, in front of this window, in fact, to about there, from there all the way to the other side of the doors here, there will be, fingers crossed, at some point in the future, some kind of conservatory, lean-to, sunroom type thing. So this window would be inside anyway. Yeah. Whereas the two end ones will need to be symmetrical, in my opinion, because you'll see them. It would be broken up, wouldn't it? When you walk in there, no one's got eyes like a lizard. Okay. Yeah, but if you sat looking in the garden, you're looking down at the house, you'll have one really long lintel and one short one. I don't know. I would just... Or we can get a piece of sleeper. Yeah. We have got some sleepers here. We could use sleepers. We could cut a sleeper. Yeah, we've got some old sleepers. So it looks like they're all sleepers. So cut the... Let's do that then. Cut through the face of the sleeper, because they're all old, aren't they, and worn, weathered. You know, like Becky cleaned that piece above the fireplace. That was just all black and charred and full of nails and everything. But you see how it come out. So we could do the same with this. You know, I could slither it, give it a good sort of, I don't know, 1.5 inches, something like that. Clean it all up, and then basically just fit it onto the front of the building to make it, I don't know, what do you think, love? I think so. One of the windows on the other side is already done. Should we go and have a look at that? Yeah, okay. It's an idea. So this is the other one that has an original sleeper in. It had loads of nails. I mean, it had timber nailed onto it. I mean, there's so many nails, it could have been the work of a madman. I don't know. Just going for it, but there's a lot of nails. It was tacked on with 40 nails. I'm going to seal this here, but we potentially could leave that as it is. I think it looks all right. Well, it's original, isn't it? It's original from back in the day, so, and it's structurally sound. And then just cut some of the sleepers. I don't think I'm going to run that through my table saw. I don't actually know how I'm going to cut that. I've got a big saw, not my little cordless. I don't know. I'll come up with a way anyway to create myself a slither. It's not very nice going through where there's a lot of bitumen and stuff from years and years of the railways. It's never nice cutting a sleeper, and obviously imagine the nails. You're going to have to just write that blade completely off, wear a full face shield and just cut the thing. Yeah, anyway, we'll see. We could have another 10 minutes in the garden and a ponder.
the double coat of black. It's still it's cold in the wind here, so I've got my hood up. That's the first coat, the watered down coat of the masonry paint, and that's the double coat of black is on. So it's just gutters, and then what time are we on? Yeah, it'll probably be tomorrow morning. I'll put the proper masonry coat on and get the gutters on, because it's getting on, and it's Friday, and I want to have a chill time and eat some chocolate, drink some tea. So I'm gonna get me get me equipment squared away, and tomorrow is another day.